back to What Do We Know, episode 7. This is your intro for the video this time, and it's all that you get. We're getting into it. Let's roll.
He's still, like Devontae Smith, he can still make the big plays deep field, and he can still make the big plays small, given the ball, he'll break it out for another 40 yards. Because, I mean, he's that punt return receiver. He's elusive with the ball. He's slippery.
And discern it, but eventually I was just like, man, they've got so many freaking problems that just put the guy that's going to be the highest rated player at this point in.
That's
Yeah,
my point.
The only reason I would agree with you is because if we did end up doing that, that would mean that my first 11 picks in my mock draft ended up all being 11 of the first picks in our together mock draft.
But you do not trade away the rest of your draft capital to get to number 3 to draft a cornerback that's probably going to be there at number 20.
Bingo bongo. Hello.
Hello.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get into a little deeper discussion of the first 16 round picks. And you want to
Some
kick us
people
off
are
again?
whack.
Let's do it. Okay, well, so
Woof.
I had selected Trevor Lawrence as the obvious first
So
pick,
Ben's whack.
and I was overruled, shall we say?
Well, see, I wouldn't say Ben's whack. That's not a bad
He's
pick.
just an idiot.
Exactly.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's it.
All right,
No,
all right,
okay,
so we're back on
but-
the same page.
But here
Cool.
we go. Y'all all said Justin Fields.
Jokes.
Every single
Yeah.
one of y'all said Justin Fields.
Mhm.
Did Urban Meyer coach Justin Fields
Yes,
before he retired?
I believe 1 year, his freshman season.
I do believe, as well as what Gabe said, but also
Okay, well,
I
don't
was
quote-
thinking
don't
about
quote
that.
me. Don't be quoting me on that.
That's my
Hey,
thing. If Urban Meyer has been coaching Justin Fields for the last 4 years, then yes, Urban Meyer picks Justin Fields. But Justin Fields has been playing in a different system than Urban Meyer for the last 3 years. Why not go Trevor Lawrence?
So here's the thing also, though, is that whether he coached Justin Fields or not, I look at this draft class, and I think many people are starting to look at this draft class and see Justin Fields and realize, even without his athleticism, that he's got more talent throwing the ball than Trevor Lawrence.
Justin Fields, to me, has the highest ceiling.
Well, Ben,
All right, like he's athletic. He
He-
has the strong arm. He has everything.
Justin
you need,
Fields went in
but as a
2019.
starter,
Urban Meyer
it's
retired.
Trevor Lawrence. Wait, what,
2009.
Matt?
Justin Fields transferred from Georgia to Ohio in 2019, and Urban Meyer's last season was 2018.
Right.
Ooh,
So
Yeah, so he
Urban Meyer
was there
doesn't
for
know
Justin
Justin
Fields' freshman year, but Justin Fields was not there for his freshman year.
But in reality, that's
the connection between Urban Meyer and Ohio State is there. I understand, but the connection between Urban Meyer and Justin Fields isn't there.
I think it's still
That's
there.
fair.
It's
No,
there
I get
strictly
that.
because of alma mater.
doing it for the
You
wow
know?
factor.
I still think it's there because even though he may have retired, I still think he had opinions.
Oh man, he was in the freaking hospital half the time.
I also don't understand why everyone's like Trevor Lawrence, obvious pick. Well, duh, Trevor Lawrence is an obvious pick, but the way I see it is Justin Fields, obvious pick as well.
Plus, I mean,
But that's the way you see it. Are we doing this draft what we would do, or are
Yes.
we
yeah,
doing?
but go watch.
Or are we trying
Watch.
to predict this draft?
If you go
I-
watch Justin
I
Fields
am
highlights.
predicting
I
this
love
draft.
Justin
That
Fields.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean,
gets drafted
Justin Fields is my
Wait,
favorite
by
quarterback
Urban
in this
Meyer.
draft.
When it comes to comparing, though, I mean, I look at the dude. I'm like, he's Lamar Jackson in a Cam Newton body and can
Well-
make plays like Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like,
I haven't seen him make plays like Patrick.
The build up to this draft, the
Oh,
build
the
up to
dude
this
has
draft,
made some
people have been
throws that you're
noticing
like,
that
Oh, he
Justin
makes some
Fields
throws.
is
He's got a bomb.
just as good, if not better,
Justin
than Trevor
Fields has a
Lawrence.
cannon. Justin Fields has legs. Justin Fields has it all. I'm gonna admit and agree with y'all. Justin Fields is my favorite quarterback in this draft. Like, Do I rank him above Trevor Lawrence? I don't know because Trevor Lawrence is safe.
See, I don't feel that he's really my favorite quarterback. I still love Trevor Lawrence, and I think Trevor Lawrence is my favorite quarterback in this draft. But I think that Justin Fields goes first overall. for
Okay,
the
but
wow
Josh,
factor.
you just said right. You just said it again. They're gonna draft Justin Fields first overall for the wow factor.
Right, because
You
like
go
Gabe
wow
said,
factor with the first
yes,
overall pick.
Yes, exactly what Gabe just said. Everybody has noticed that he is just as good, if not better, than Trevor Lawrence, but they're still lowballing him. The
He
thing is, if
beat
you're
the tar out
Urban
of Clemson.
Meyer and you're Jacksonville and you notice that he's just as good, if not better, than Trevor Lawrence, when he gets drafted, it is a wow factor. What we're making here is predictions. They're not doing it because of the wow factor. I'm saying it because of the wow factor.
Here's
because
the
I want it
reason-
to happen.
Here's the reason
But
I
still
disagree
see
with
that They
you.
do it realistically.
Here's the reason I disagree with you on this wow factor thing, Josh, because I think it is obvious to every single person who's paying attention to this draft at all that the number 1 and the number 2 overall picks in the draft are Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So I
after
don't
the
think-
Sam Darnold trade just now.
Well, so I don't think anybody in the
Right.
world is going to be surprised at either one going first or second that much. So I don't think no wow factor comes from taking
have you
Justin
looked at
Fields
the
over Trevor
amount of
Lawrence.
mock drafts that have Zach Wilson going second overall?
That
That's
shouldn't happen.
ridiculous.
That's not going to happen.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Because
mock drafts are
it-
stupid. Who listens to those?
right.
Yeah, right. That's-
Zach Wilson,
Andre
Sam
Cisco's
Darnold.
going fourth overall.
he's just as young. He's Sam Darnold, but he's smaller. I mean, watch their college film, man. They
I
look
love
like
how Ben
clones.
just ignored your comment because it was so dumb.
I said it because of what Matt said.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yo.
I don't
Okay, never mind.
word. So I don't know
Thought we weren't
if
recording.
I don't know if we'll be able to come to an agreement at all on Fields or Lawrence at 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But we all know that they're going 1 and 2.
Look, I'm willing to put Fields in our unanimous mock draft,
I'm not worried about a unanimous mock draft.
but
We each have our own
I think they
individual.
go 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So, we'll go ahead and we'll put Fields number 1.
Yeah, and I mean Lawrence.
I mean, if
is-
Fields goes number
All
1,
right,
it's gonna
Matt,
be
put it at the bottom of the screen right now. It says, "What do we know?" Predicts Justin Fields first overall, Jacksonville Jaguars.
So we're gonna go Justin.
That'd be
Fields,
pretty cool.
Okay. And
All right.
I see. I
So
take
number 2 overall. Now it says Trevor Lawrence.
we don't even have to discuss that
To
yet.
the New
Trevor
York
Lawrence goes
Jets.
No, I was about to say,
all
that's-
part of the
It's not a
discussion.
very hard argument. The argument is the same argument. You know.
That was part of it.
So we can jump on number 3 picks. Ben, what was yours for that?
I had Zach Wilson right here.
Okay,
Same.
same here.
It was Josh who was there.
Josh, you had
I'm
the
here.
opposite.
I have JC Horn.
State
man.
your
Where
argument.
Josh has JC
JC
Horn.
Horn.
I think he is the best cornerback in the draft. I think he's likely the best defensive back in the draft. And I think that really people are underestimating the fact that San Francisco
So-
needs somebody back there. I think he goes almost like a Denzel Ward pick. in the
Josh, let me
Cleveland system.
Yeah.
let me interrupt you right there
Yeah,
because
2 pickies don't have a toe.
I agree JC Horn is a beast. Matt, I don't know what you just said, so I'm gonna keep talking.
I don't know what he said either.
Ignore
He
it.
said-
I know
Ignore
what
that,
he said, but I
everybody.
don't understand it. Anyway,
That-
JC Horn is a beast. JC Horn is Patrick Peterson reincarnated.
Yeah.
And San Francisco needs somebody back there. But you do not trade away the rest of your draft capital to get to number 3 to draft a cornerback that's probably going to be there at number 20.
Okay, but then who are you taking? Are you taking Penny Sewell?
Zach
Dude,
Wilson.
Are you taking
no,
Rashawn Slater?
the
I don't think I'm
hype-
taking a
Wilson.
quarterback.
Listen,
You are
the
taking
hype
Zach
is
Wilson.
there. Garoppolo sucks, bro. He's the
Garoppolo's
only
bad,
reason they
man.
cannot get like
Garoppolo washed up
they
60s
can't
too
they
early,
can't do
man.
anything in the playoffs. It's because Garoppolo throws a pick every other pass. I mean, the dude blows. Like you can't leave him at the helm. It's time to replace
All you
that.
have
San
to do as a
Francisco
defense
has
is
to
hit
know
Garoppolo
that.
one time, and then he's done for the rest of the game.
I just in my chest, I don't feel that they're gonna take. You're right. Maybe they aren't taking JC Horn, but maybe they're taking Rashawn Slater or Penny Sewell. Like I don't
I could see that.
if Fields and Lawrence go 1 and 2, I don't see them going for Zach Wilson, man. I think he becomes the same thing as Jimmy Garoppolo over there. I don't think
Well,
that's what San Fran's
I
trying
think
to
Mac
do.
Jones.
I'm
will
not
become the same thing as
arguing
Jimmy
that,
Garoppolo.
but
Yeah, I'm not arguing his talent.
I'm arguing the hype that's there for him is
And-
going to make him go number 3 overall to the San
And
This is
the
what's
Francisco
gonna
reason
happen.
for his hype.
49ers.
The reason for his hype is what Matt said earlier. He makes Patrick Mahomes type plays. And I'm not a huge fan of Zach Wilson.
Cross-body
has
throws.
potential.
I mean,
Right.
like,
He
he
has those
keeps the play
cross-body throws,
alive.
He has the no-look throws. He has the flip between the tackles to the tight end play.
I
He has
like
caught
him.
The Mahomes.
I like
people's
him.
eyes.
They run
I
the
just
Mahomes
don't know
and
if they're
BYU.
gonna take him, man.
He's caught
They-
people's eyes, and he's caught everybody's eyes. San Francisco's especially, and that's why they've traded up to the number 3 pick to draft Zach Wilson.
Right.
I'll put Zach Wilson on my trade because I do see what you're saying about J.C. Horn, and I damn dude, like I forgot about them trading the way that they did for it, but like I don't see Zach Wilson going there, man. If Zach Wilson winds up going to New York and Trevor Lawrence goes to Jacksonville, then I can see them taking Justin Fields. Like
I'm honestly,
But-
Josh, I think they're there to take Justin Fields
yeah,
because I
Yeah.
think Zach Wilson. I think everyone assumes the Jets are taking Zach Wilson,
but I'll go with
and the
I'll
Jets
put
might,
Zach
but that would
Wilson.
be
I think the
asinine.
Jets would take Zach Wilson if
Well,
the Jaguars took
Don't
Trevor
trade your
Lawrence.
pick. We're
Well,
don't trade
no.
your pick on there.
I'm putting Zach Wilson in because what Ben said makes sense. I feel more comfortable in them trading up for Zach Wilson than I do in them trading up for J.C. Horn.
Okay,
right.
that's
There's
fair.
no way they traded all the way to number
So
3.
But what
that
I'm
is
saying,
that's why I'm going to change my pick
All right.
because I wouldn't have anyone else putting that pick besides Zach Wilson unless I did an offensive line.
That's fair. That's fair. Ben, are you inserting all the agreed upon picks into
Yes, I am.
like
We
the
got
final?
Justin
Okay.
Fields. Sure. I got a draft
Because I'm
board
not.
right here
Okay.
that we.
That's
So
fine.
third
Yeah.
overall, we have
Send
Zach
me
Wilson.
that where you're
That's the
done, and
San
I'll
Francisco
edit it into the
49ers.
screen like boom, boom, boom.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, some boom
Uh,
boom stuff.
Yeah, some boom, boom stuff.
Boom 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 boom. I can't
Jump
sing
in-
anymore
jump
'cause
into
it
the-
goes funny.
boom, boom.
Falcons?
We're going to the Falcons.
Let's just hear what Josh has to say real quick.
What do you think they're going with, Josh?
Actually, I did just to spite y'all. I did not want to put Kyle Pitts in here because I knew I had to change my pick. I was like, Andre Cisco is just absurd. He's going to be awesome.
Oh, he's a great. He's a sleeper.
I
Andre
think he
Cisco
has
is a
the, I think
sleeper,
he has
but
the
he's a-
highest. I think he has the highest ceiling out of like any other safety in this draft. Like I think Trayvon Vorig is like ready to freaking roll, but I think Andre Cisco is somebody like
Hey.
if someone gives this man a shot, he's gonna be
Okay,
amazing.
you want a stat on Andre Cisco real quick, Josh?
Go ahead.
He had the most plays on the ball out of any deep back in college football last year.
Yeah.
Beast. He had the most blown plays out of any deep back in college football last year.
That's what I
Also,
said. He's got the highest ceiling.
You're not
but you
taking
have to-
somebody at number 4
has the
overall.
lowest
who
floor,
has
too.
it.
Yeah, who's that risky?
he has the
so
lowest
hang
floor
on.
too, man.
So I did say I have to change my pick, and out of spite, I did not want to put Kyle Pitts here. but
Out of
I-
spite. Like, come
yes,
on,
out of
man.
spite.
That
But I
means
did
that means
go
we
with
have to put Kyle Pitts.
That means
That
I
means
put
Kyle Pitts.
there.
Are
That
y'all
means that
all
I put
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts?
Pitts there.
So we're all
besides
Kyle
Mac
Pitts?
Jones.
Besides
you
me,
know? Yes.
am I the
Mac
only one
Jones.
who says Mac
I-
Jones?
Yes.
you are.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to do Kyle Pitts because
who?
of Hayden Hurst.
Here you go,
but
The
Let's hear
reason
your reason.
reasoning for the Mac Jones pick is one, you've got a head coach in there and you got a GM in there who are
I
arguing
think I'm gonna
over
say Mac,
passing
you know.
Matt Ryan or not. Like moving
Yes.
on from that QB. And when I look at Mac Jones, all I see is Matty Ice,
Matty
basically,
Ice.
man. He's the perfect QB in this draft to go into the Falcon system and still be that Matt Ryan QB that the GM wants still, or the head
Um,
coach. I can't remember which one's fighting for which. I believe the GM still wants.
I think the GM wants him.
But he's a perfect style
the way it
QB
works.
to go in there and be Matt Ryan still, but be a new version with a little bit more potential because Ice isn't going to win you anything. Matty Ice, I mean, we've seen it. 23 point
Dude, I was
blown
Okay,
lead.
okay.
Mac Jones
Real
is
quick.
perfect to prime
receiver
in there
that
under
lineup.
Matty Ice to keep that style of play. And he's already set up with receivers.
So this
But
is
they
where
traded
I
up
think
for a
the
reason.
Falcons-
I want to talk, Gabe.
This is where I think the Falcons' headspace is at, or at least should be where it's at. Is you're right. Matty Ice isn't doing it. I think they take Kyle Pitts this year because Matty Ice is on a contract. I think they take Kyle Pitts, they play Matt Ryan, and try this system that they've been trying over and over again for years with this quarterback one more time with a new threat at the tight end position, an absolute unit of a man. And if it doesn't work this one last time, you get something new next year in that quarterback position and you try something different because you need to. Why would you want to take Mac Jones, a Matt Ryan-esque player, and replace this losing Matt Ryan who can't win you any playoff games? You replace him with somebody who reminds you of him.
It's meeting in the middle to keep your staff happy.
Yeah, that's bad business.
I don't know about all
it's
that,
the
man.
Falcons.
I know it's the Falcons, but I think the Falcons are about on a breaking point where they're about ready to change things.
That's fair.
Okay,
So I think they go Kyle Pitts.
But
when I look at Mac Jones,
I get what you're saying, though.
when I look at Mac
It's still a
Jones,
hard one
Matt,
to convince for me. I almost lean more like Matt does.
when I look at Mac Jones, I see an Alabama quarterback. I see an Alabama quarterback, someone who's in Nick Saban's system with every weapon imaginable surrounding him. The best offensive line in college football, the best receivers in college football, the best running backs in college football. I do not see Mac Jones succeeding in the NFL. And to Gabe's point, why replace the quarterback you don't like with his clone? If that's what your argument is, why not go, oh my God, Kyle Pitts is here. Let's take him. We're going to blame Matt Ryan's failure on Dan Quinn, who we don't have anymore anyway. See if Matt Ryan can succeed better in another system with more weapons. And to heck with it, we'll take Kellen Mond or Kyle Trask in the second round.
See your argument, but I don't know.
I agree, Ben.
I think
that's how I see it.
I think Matty Ice is just what the I think Mac Jones is what the Falcons want.
I don't know, man. I still would love to put a safety here. I would love to put Trayvon Moore. I would love to fix their situation. I'd love to add like Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle to give them another Alabama receiver. I'd even like to put Penny Sewell or Rashawn Slater in this pick right here. But to be honest, Kyle Pitts is just the most probable one in my brain, even though Atlanta has so many freaking problems that they need to fill.
Yeah.
Atlanta has,
That's why I said that's fine. I was
my-
trying to find something else so that I could discern it. But eventually I was just like, man, they've got so many freaking problems that just put the guy that's going to be the highest rated player at this point in the draft.
That's
Exactly.
my point, Josh. And it's like, right, you have so many needs to fill. Why not get the player that you know is going to fill a need? You're taking a risk on Mac Jones, man. You can't be taking risks with the fourth pick. You can't be picking Mac Jones and being like, man, I hope he's better than Matt Ryan.
I do think fourth overall is high for Kyle Pitts, though.
I don't.
It's
I
high.
think Kyle
It's
Pitts.
high for a tight end.
I think it's
for a tight
high.
end.
I
It's
think
high
it's
for a
high
tight
to
end.
I
trade
agree
up
it's
for
high
a tight end. Is
I think
my
it's high
perspective
for
on
a
it.
tight
But
end, but also I think Kyle Pitts is less of a tight end than I wouldn't put him as a tight end.
But you're also talking about we just had four quarterbacks
That's a vertical
off the
threat.
board and then
Sure.
a tight end.
Three.
QB, tight end. Yeah, 3 and then a tight end.
Let's put Kyle Pitts down on the majority draft. I mean, we've been on him for a couple minutes now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The
we're
next
pretty
one, we don't
split.
even
So.
we don't even have to we don't even have to discuss the next one. It's a 4-way agreement already.
It's
It's
very
Penei Sewell.
obvious. Penei Sewell, and if they don't take him, then they're messing up, and Joe Burrow should try and find a new team as fast as possible.
Yeah, they got to protect that QB who's coming back from a big injury, or even if he's not back there, you got to get ready to protect him.
Yeah.
This is true.
All right, so let's move on to the Heisman winner being drafted to the Dolphins.
So I had Jamar Chase right here,
Me as well.
and I think y'all can fight me on it. I'm like
I
said
Same.
earlier, when I see Mac Jones, I see an Alabama quarterback. When I see Tua Tagovailoa, I don't really see an Alabama quarterback. I see a little bit more potential. I saw him as an Alabama quarterback in Alabama, but he has a bigger toolkit.
I do not think that they need to draft the big body man. I don't think they need to draft the Jamar Chase. I don't think that they need to draft a Devontae Parker or replicant with possibly a bigger stardom factor. They have
Preston
not
Williams.
Goddard is with the Eagles, the other tight end who came in the same year as him. The Dolphins tight end. Mike Gesicki. Yeah, Mike Gesicki, and I think that you draft the Heisman winner. You draft the
How
Heisman
do you
winner right here.
How do you view Devonta Smith, Josh? That's what I want to know.
Dude, I view Devonta Smith as a weapon. I view Devonta Smith as somebody like he's a playmaker. Exactly. Devonta Smith is someone that can catch it underneath and go 70 yards, or Devonta Smith is someone that can catch it over the top 70 yards.
See,
Devontae Smith is someone that Tua has. Devontae Smith is someone that Tua has plenty of chemistry with, and again, I'm going to state the fact that he is the Heisman winner.
I went
big freaking
Go ahead,
deal.
Matt.
The first Heisman winner who wasn't as a receiver in 30 years.
See, it's a huge deal, but I stuck with the Alabama receiver. I went with Jalen Waddle, and I put him over Devontae Smith because, first off, what he brings in for your special teams. Dude's the best punt returner in college football. That's going to help tremendously. Just get yardage. It's going to help on kickoffs, extra yards. He's still, like Devontae Smith, he can still make the big plays deep field, and he can still make the big plays small, giving the ball, he'll break it out for another 40 yards. Because, I mean, he's that punt returner receiver. He's elusive with the ball. He's slippery. And he's thicker than Devontae Smith. I don't think you're as worried about injuries with him than you are with Devontae Smith.
That's why I have Jalen Waddle falling slightly in the first round. Is he has prior injuries. He broke his ankle last season. He missed most of the season with a broken ankle. Devonta Smith doesn't have any injury concerns. Except that he's small. You're worried he might get injured, but
he's 160 pounds. Going, the safeties in the NFL aren't the safeties in college.
I agree with you there, which is why I don't have him going first.
Well, Matt, here's my thing about it is that I agree with you. I think Jalen Waddle is just as talented as Devontae Smith.
I love Jalen Waddle.
But I don't think you can take Jalen Waddle over Devontae Smith strictly because they're just as talented as one another and one of them won the Heisman. And you can't, I mean, as bad as it sounds, you can't pass on him to take his teammate. They're the same person, and one of them has a Heisman trophy from last season.
You don't pass up the Heisman winner.
You can't pass up the Heisman winner.
Right. If you view them as the same style receiver, then Devonta Smith has to go first.
Yeah.
Because he had more production.
And I agree with you. I could definitely see the Dolphins taking Devonta Smith.
I could see the Dolphins taking Devonta Smith, Josh. I view Jamar Chase as more of a deep threat. And I view Devonta Smith as more of a Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
Jamar Chase has
I feel like the Dolphins kind of want to have a Swiss Army knife on
which is why I'm saying y'all can I will lean more on the Devonta Smith wagon here. You know, because they do have Devonta Parker. You know, they've got some other options to chuck the ball up to. So I could see Devonta Smith being that, like you said in one of the prior episodes, that CeeDee Lamb. You know, that Swiss Army knife that they can run the jet sweeps with, run the slants with, the hitch and goes.
I just think that we really shouldn't discredit the fact that it was 30 something years, right? The last wide receiver to win the Heisman. The fact that this man has won a Heisman is a seriously big deal. And you can say that Jamar Chase didn't play last season, but look at LSU's season compared to Alabama's. Even if Jamar Chase played last season, I still don't believe he's putting up the numbers that Devonta Smith put up.
But LSU's numbers when 2 seasons ago, his numbers were higher than the Devonta Smith's Heisman year, which is why you have that. I mean, Devonta
really-
Smith won the Heisman with less stats than Jamar Chase did when his quarterback won the Heisman.
Yeah.
That's
So-
why I had so many safeties going in the first round. It was a big defensive year, baby.
It's also why I don't like Mac Jones.
No,
If
it's
Jamar
less
Chase
of,
can put up the numbers he put up and Joe Burrow win the Heisman, how come Devonta Smith puts up the numbers he puts up and Mac Jones doesn't get?
Because
credit.
he's
Mac
taking
Jones is
all of Mac
basic.
Jones' stats.
Yeah, that's why you also
Mac
got
Jones is basic.
that's why you also got to kind of like Smith a little bit more than Chase right there, because he's putting up those numbers with his QB only being
Yeah,
able to
you
pass to
just-
him.
Right? No.
Yeah,
I'm
you
agreeing with you.
You just said that Waddle has prior injuries as well. Like Devonta Smith was doing his thing and putting it up. I just don't see Miami going for anyone but him right now.
What it was
Okay.
Jamar Chase put up numbers for Joe Burrow through the air. Joe Burrow was launching the ball, and Jamar Chase was catching it 60 yards down the field and scoring a touchdown. And that's how he got 1,800 yards in one season. Devonta Smith did it, catching it short from Mac Jones,
That's more
making
impressive.
6 guys miss. Right.
That-
Devonta Smith
that's-
was fun to watch. That's why he won the Heisman. So I will go with Devonta Smith right here,
Let's put Devonta Smith. Let's jump to
Miami.
and
Jump
we're
to-
on to Detroit.
And to the Lions,
Sure.
I think that everybody has the same answer now.
I'll go Jamar Chase to the Lions. now.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar
I
Chase.
said
Yeah,
Jamar Chase.
Chase right here. It's
Okay.
obvious.
Jamar Chase is on the board. That's where they go.
Cool. Now, Josh, you no longer have Kyle Pitts going to Carolina.
Yes. So we will protect the new QB, and because Penei Sewell is off the board, you take Rashawn Slater right here.
Oh
So-
my
Sorry, I
gosh.
had
So
him fall
Rashawn
so
Slater
late
jumped
last
from
time.
like what, 30
Yes, he did. He jumped from
8 for you?
30 to 8. Yes.
Wow.
Perfect. I have Rashawn Slater here.
Me too.
Also.
Yes.
Well, I do not, but I will just go along.
Man,
Who did you wind up
Rashawn
putting
Slater.
right here?
I still have Jalen Waddle here. I think
I
that
do like it, but
well, man, really, the thing is they're either going to protect the QB or they're going to give the QB another weapon in my eyes. So,
well, I mean,
Yeah,
we just
it's-
talked about the fact that Jalen Waddle could have ended up on the last 3 teams we talked about. I even said he could have ended
Yeah.
up in
Jalen Waddle really
Atlanta
could
as
go
another
anywhere around.
Alabama wide receiver. Atlanta could be like Julio's on his way out, and Calvin Ridley did great. So why don't we take another Alabama consistency?
Jalen
yeah.
Waddle could
And
go
then-
anywhere in here.
Yeah, he could land on the Dolphins or the Lions or
The reason
He's
I
that
go
good.
with Jalen Waddle over Rashawn Slater is because I think Carolina is going to look more for less for this just less for the support and like I'm trying to think about how to word this. I feel like they're going to go less for the support role and more for the playmaking role just because they want to have a little bit of a pop-off season.
Okay, here's your thing about Rashawn Slater. His measurables, he's a big man, and the only dock on him is his arms are shorter than NFL scouts would like. But
And that
he
just
has
looks
one
funny.
major stat that no one else has at all. And that is that Northwestern in 2019 played Ohio State, and he single-handedly made Chase Young a complete non-factor, not even a quarterback pressure from Chase Young the entire game. Northwestern got their butts kicked because it's Northwestern versus Ohio State. But he completely took Chase Young out of the game. He's the only offensive lineman in Chase Young's career to completely take him out of the game. That's
Yeah.
why you go Rashawn Slater right here.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. Sean Slater.
That's why I put him there, because specifically that video of him controlling Chase Young.
He controlled Chase Young. Like Chase Young had no answer for him.
Yeah, I just like I can't believe I didn't notice that he wasn't on my board. I even thought about putting him in the same spot with the Falcons, but they do have Matthews on that offensive line. I just like
All
I
right,
said,
so
it
we
would've been
put-
Sewell or Slater.
We put Slater in Carolina at pick 8 onto Denver Broncos.
And I think
And I'm
everyone's
pretty
on
sure
the
we
same
all have
page
Micah
here
Parsons.
because
I
we
say,
had-
yeah.
Matt switched it up last episode.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons, man. That man is terrifying. I
Oh.
cannot wait to see Micah Parsons, and I think that
I'm pretty
in
sure he's going to be one
Denver,
of my favorite players.
what I think he's going to be fantastic in Denver as well. Just joining the crew of like I said, playing behind somebody like Von Miller, it'll like y'all said, give them the comfort to be able to let Von Miller go.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna. That man is.
I
Crazy.
honestly think Michael Parsons has more tools in his toolbox than Von Miller does.
Me too.
I think he.
I think he's more
I think he can
versatile.
be. Yeah, he's definitely more versatile. That's what.
Well, he's a
not
middle,
just-
and
he's
and
not
Von
just a
Miller's an
pass
outside.
rusher,
So
yeah.
I'm. Well, he's less of a middle and more of like, yeah, he's more versatile. You could put him on outside or in the middle. He's got it.
I think he's similar to Isaiah Simmons.
He's so fast.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Isaiah Simmons. So.
Yeah.
So Denver Broncos take Micah Parsons. Pick 10, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, I've
Yeah,
got
then go.
Patrick Surtain right here.
Me too.
If y'all want to, you have Patrick Surtain here, Josh.
I do because I
Even
had
with
J.C.
J.C.
Horn
Horn?
going to the Niners, but I still don't switch J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain in this position.
Neither do I.
Because I think that Patrick Surtain fits the Dallas Cowboys persona and J.C. Horn does not.
Well, I think he fits what they're going to need.
Yes. I think he fits what
Because-
they look at.
Dan Quinn is their
Okay.
new defensive coordinator.
I mean, I've
Dan
Well,
Quinn
in
is
that
looking
case,
for
maybe
Richard
they
Sherman.
take J.C. Horn.
Dan Quinn is
J.C.
looking.
Horn plays a lot like young Desmond Trufant did. You know who Desmond Trufant played for is Dan Quinn.
Right, but Richard Sherman is Dan Quinn's stereotype cornerback. He wants a little bit bigger body.
Why?
He's not so concerned about the speed. He likes the technique. He he can put them in a position to make a play on the ball. They don't need
Do the
to-
Cowboys go talent or scheme? Either
I
way is a good
think
pick to
that-
me.
I
Yeah,
like
I
Patrick
wonder-
Surtain there more for the Cowboys.
You also
scheme.
have Trayvon Diggs on the other side. They're teammates.
Oh yeah, that's-
exactly.
Yeah.
So I like him there more for the Cowboys scheme. I still have Kyle Pitts here, but he's still here in my draft. But for the sake of putting one all conjoined, I'd put Patrick
you
Surtain.
throw Patrick Surtain. Word.
I have to
Yeah,
go
I
Patrick
I
Surtain.
think that Kyle Pitts will go to the Panthers before he goes to the Cowboys. I don't think he drops to 10.
Yeah, I don't think he drops. I'm with
Okay.
you there, Josh. If he's there at 8, the Panthers take him.
Yeah, we've discussed that part.
Right.
So we go Patrick Surtain over J.C. Horn.
Why
Yeah, I
do you
like
say
J.C.
that
Horn.
about Dan Quinn, like that he's looking for Richard Sherman.
He coached the Legion of Boom. He was the defense coordinator for the Seahawks under Pete Carroll. The
Dan
Legion of
Quinn
Boom is Dan
was?
Quinn's. Yes.
I thought he
Dan-
was already head coaching the Falcons at that time.
Nope.
Oh,
He-
no,
that's why the Falcons
homeboy
took
with
him.
with the Botoxed forehead was. Yeah,
He
you're
is.
right. I do remember
He is
that.
Legion of Boom.
For sure.
You got Trevon
Fair.
Diggs. They just brought in Keanu Neal, DeMonte Casey. They still have Wilson out there who
Brought old boy
who
from the
played like-
Falcons
played like
a
from the
good-
Vikings.
yeah,
So Dallas takes the
big
Bama
body
boy.
safety back there.
Yeah.
Jermaine
Okay.
Curse, Matt is who you're thinking of.
Patrick
As
Yeah,
a 6'4"
Curse.
safety.
Dallas
I think
takes the
they take the
Bama boy,
Bama boy.
Patrick Surtain.
The Giants.
So I had Rashawn Slater here, but we all agreed he's going to Carolina.
On Carolina, yeah. So
This
I put
is-
the next one on the board.
I
This
got
is
Quinn
where-
Darisaw.
This is where I had Devontae Smith, but this is where I'll put Jalen Waddle. And just because, like I said, I think the Giants they want that receiver still. They want that receiver
So-
kind of like that Odell Beckham pick. They want another just boom star wide receiver.
I don't.
You know, Matt, the only reason I would agree with you is because if we did end up doing that, that would mean that my first 11 picks in my mock draft ended up all being 11 of the first picks in our together mock draft. But I really feel like they're going to go with an O lineman, and I think they're going to take Christian Darisaw.
I'm on board with Gabe. I see Darisaw.
I
As
could
much as I
see,
would love to see them give Daniel Jones Jalen Waddle.
I just don't think that like we talked about all the weapons that the Giants are going to have next season, and I don't think that they add Waddle to that. I think that they add protection.
I think they're
to
happy
that.
with what they did in the free agents at the receiver position. Kenny
Yeah.
Galladay, John Ross. If you can make John Ross do something, that's Jalen Waddle. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
I mean they still have Evan Ingram. You got
Still have
Galladay,
Evan
you got
Ingram,
Ross, you got
Galladay,
Ingram,
No,
but
I
you're-
think
you're
they
hopeful for
I think
Barkley.
they shouldn't. Like I don't think they
Um,
should draft a wide receiver.
and
but,
Darius Slayton.
like I think that's what they want. Like
right?
this is what I feel.
Verge. Well,
Who's the GM? I know the GM can't.
Dude, I
What
don't
do you
remember,
have
man.
in this
I
pick
don't
right
know.
now, Ben?
I have Quiddy Pay, and he just they can never seem to resist these big athletic pass rushers. You know,
I mean, I feel like they have. I don't feel like they were when Tom Coughlin was in charge.
I don't
I
think they go
since
defensive.
then, I was gonna say they haven't really drafted any kind of pass rusher since Tom Coughlin left.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I could.
I think you're thinking of the
I think-
Eagles.
I just don't. I think that they have a lot of faith in Daniel Jones, and I think that they should have a lot of faith in Daniel Jones. And I feel like they just want to protect him right now and
I
make
see
sure
it.
that he's set back there.
Okay.
I think
I
I
can see
think we
Christian
go with the
Dorsey. I can
O
see him
line
going
for
O-line.
the I think we go with the O line for the
We could go Christian
around draft.
Dorsey.
There, so.
That's fine. Number 12, Eagles.
Okay.
I'm pretty
This is
sure
where
we
I
all
had
put.
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, if Jalen Waddle doesn't go where I had him, I put Jalen Waddle going to the Eagles.
This is where I have Jalen Waddle now. Yes.
And the
I agree
Eagles are
with
going to
you.
be run by the Jalen's. Jalen
We-
Hurts, Jalen Rieger, Jalen
Jalen
Waddle.
Hurts, Jalen Weagle, Jalen Waddle.
It's Jalen season, boys.
This is where
yeah.
I have Patrick Surtain, but with the draft that Jalen Waddle will go there.
I'm going with Jalen Waddle on this one. I did change it up, and oddly enough, I changed it to move Vorig up, and I didn't. I'm gonna move him down, but I still love him.
That's it.
So we're Jalen Waddle on this one.
I'll jump on the Jalen Waddle train. I still have Surtain there, but if he's not there, I mean they go receiver in my opinion. It's deep back or receiver
I
from
think
this
the
draft
Eagles
pick.
have tons of weapons,
So-
but they need a
I
more
agree with you,
consistent
Matt.
one.
Right. Josh, I'll agree with you there. They have lots of defensive needs, but this is kind of a best player available,
Yeah.
you know, don't pass on him type pick.
Yeah.
Chargers.
Chargers. I had Christian Dorsey all here.
Me
Same.
too, but not anymore. So now I just next
have
best O lineman is my
Najee
guess.
Harris. And I'm
Josh has
sticking to my
Najee
guns on
Harris.
that one, man.
Hmm.
I think it happens.
You really think I think they need a running back, and I love Najee Harris. I think he's definitely first round talent, but I just for some reason don't see him going this early. man.
Well, so
Yeah,
here's the way
I
that
think
see
offensive
this.
line. Period.
Justin
I-
Herbert
here's-
needs help.
The way that I see this pick right here is, last episode I had some pretty wild ones, and I told Joe it was just like it was fun. I was throwing them out there. I wanted to see which ones would actually stick to me, and I've pretty much changed my entire draft to be far more conservative. And this is one that we can put an offensive lineman for the all-purpose
okay.
of it, but for me personally, this is one that I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold on.
Well, but
to right here. This is
tell
one-
me,
I
Bam.
would love the Najee Harris pick, Josh.
I would, yeah.
And I agree with Gabe that the Chargers need a running back. But the Chargers don't need a starting running back. They don't need a round one running back. They have Austin Eckler. And you have Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, Kenneth Gainwell, Trey Sermon, Ramondre Stevenson, he's a sleeper, Chuba Hubbard. They can go round 2 running back. They can go round 3 running
Chuba
back.
Hubbard's a beast. Yeah.
And still get a diamond in the rough.
Mhm.
I just when we were talking about, and we've talked about it so much because we praised Justin Herbert, we've praised the Chargers, and we've even clowned it some, even that being like, oh, they're gonna win, haha, not, And we've been wondering, what do they do? We've heard so many different opinions about what do the Chargers need, and it's like we talked about maturity, and then we talked about they don't need anything, and we talked about they're just unlucky, or sometimes they are lucky. And I just think that they need that it factor in the backfield. I think that they need somebody that can tug the load like Derrick Henry and take the load off of Justin Herbert, because Austin Eckler is great, sure, and even Justin Jackson is great, but they're both receiving backs. They're not even scat backs per se. They're receiving backs, as if you were the New England Patriots running it.
Josh, I
think that
love
they
I
need
love
somebody
what you're
that can
saying.
Hammer it down the middle.
I love what you're saying, and I really don't see like any flaws in your argument. I agree with you, and I really would love to put Najee Harris as the pick here.
Right. That's
I
that.
have
I
two
just
running
don't
backs
see
going
it
the
happening.
first. I think Harris and a team
I
both
agree.
going the first.
I
Me too,
agree
but I
100%
still
with you.
see offensive line to the Chargers right here.
And
I agree
that's fine. Like I
100%
said,
with you,
this
Josh.
is one that I'm gonna hold on to for me.
Okay.
But
It's
as
like
the
Gabe said,
overall,
I don't
we can
see-
put an offensive lineman. Go ahead.
I don't see
Like-
any flaws
like
in,
Matt with Mac
in what you're
Jones.
saying, except that the running back depth in this draft is so much deeper than the O line. You need running back, but go day 2 running back. You have to go day 1 O line.
Ben, jot an offensive line down there.
I would
Jump on
have to
to
go
14.
Elijah Vera Tucker now.
We've got Elijah Vera Tucker,
I could deal with that.
Tevin Jenkins, Walker Little.
I'd have to go Elijah Vera Tucker because
Yeah, I'm like
much
looking
much
at-
like and I had Elijah Vera Tucker going to Minnesota
Cosme,
in the
Alex
next pick.
Leatherwood. I mean,
But much like Minnesota, the Chargers have some old linemen that they can shift, and Vera Tucker fits that, so they could plug him in wherever they need him.
Well, so what do we
Okay,
have
we'll
with
do
the
Elijah
Vikings
Vera
then? What do
So
we have
Vera
with the
Tucker,
Vikings?
Vera Tucker with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vera Tucker with the Chargers.
for the Vikings, I had Trayvon Morig, but y'all are probably going to change my mind.
Oh well, I'm actually gonna agree with you now, Gabe. That I
Yeah?
pulled more. I didn't put him on the Niners, and I pulled him off the Eagles and put Waddle with the Eagles. I think that Elijah Molden was going too early in the first round, even though I love him as a pick, and I think he would fit the Vikings. But I think that Trayvon Morig is a first round talent, and I think that now this is more it goes to the Vikings as well.
I still have Aziz
Because
Ojulari.
Ojulari, man. He's the Vikings. I mean, you can go read. Like they said, they want more sacks. They want better on that line. They want more pressure, and I think he's probably the best edge rusher in the draft coming in. The dude's nasty. I think him down there with Darnell Hunter. They can wreck
This
shop.
goes hand in hand because the better your pass rush is, the better your secondary is going to look, and the better your secondary looks, the better your pass. The better your secondary is.
I think with
Patrick
Patrick
Phillips.
Peterson's, they're not as worried about helping the secondary in this first
that's a
round
fair
as
point.
they
That's where
are
I
with
am.
the front seven.
That's where I am. And as far as Morig
Okay.
goes, I love Morig. Like that is my type of player. I wanted him in the Madden draft, and Josh took him. But no, Josh didn't take him. Who took him?
No, I took Andre Cisco.
You took Cisco. Someone took Morig. Anyway,
I got no clue.
he just
Nice.
kind of reminds me of Harrison Smith. I think if they're going safety, then they need a rangy coverage guy, and that's not Morig can do it, but he's not your single high. He's like a cover 2 or a box.
Okay.
Well, so Ben, who are you leaning towards then?
Matt, I'm gonna kind of lean in your direction with
this is a split.
with the offensive lineman gone. I'm gonna kind of lean pass rusher, and I like Ojulari for
I like
For them.
Ojulari a lot.
I like Ojulari anywhere, but we can put Ojulari, but I'm just going to throw
Kwity
this out
Paye's
there.
still
I
on
feel
the
like that
board?
Kwity Paye, there's so many
Jalen
athletic
Phillips is still on the
outside edge
board?
rushers. There's so many. It's hard to. I think they're going to take an outside edge rusher. And I think Aziz Ojulari is one of the 3 that they're picking between.
I would have to go Kwity Paye right here, to be honest, Matt.
But
But,
Same
Matt,
position,
Matt's right though. Minnesota has
Matt-
talked a
yeah,
lot
I was
about
gonna say, if
Ojulari.
you're talking-
I think Kwity Paye
this
might
could
be the better
one of
pick.
those picks when you're talking about when
But they're
Right, but
they
fans.
could
but
just kind of
they're
surprise
picking at
you
14.
because they
Kwity
picked what they
Paye-
wanted.
Right, Kwity Paye's still on our board. I don't think Kwity Paye's on many people's boards at this point.
I don't know. I think Ojulari is a better. I like him, bro. I think he's gonna wreck shop.
I like him.
He's
like him a
he's
lot.
everywhere.
I don't know.
I just think Minnesota likes Ojulari. I agree with Matt on that. I think Quiddy
can go
Pay
with Matt on
deserves
that
to
one.
go
You can
here,
go with Ojulari.
but I think
still
they're going
like
to
where
take
me and you
Ojulari.
are going with it, Gabe. I still like safety fill in there, but I do understand what Matt's saying about
Yeah.
how like they do have Patrick Peterson, so they're not. That's
Right,
not as
Josh,
big of
but
their
this is
concern right now.
this is the team. This is the team. Minnesota Vikings are the team that will look for an Andre Cisco in the second round.
Dude, Andre Cisco would be great in Minnesota.
Andre Cisco would be great in Minnesota because you have the safety valves. He can get the play blown a little bit. He can try to get that football, knowing Patrick Peterson and Harrison Smith are standing behind him.
Who we putting down for the pick though?
I would go Ojulari. I'll agree with you just based on what Minnesota's front office is talking.
Okay.
We're almost done, man. How are we looking on time?
Gosh.
That's the confusing part.
Okay.
We're not worried about it.
Pretty sure we're either
Let's
pass or not. I don't know.
No, I think
We got two more
I think we
picks.
got
Let's
about
knock 'em
10
out.
minutes
Good.
left.
Yeah.
I think we're doing all right.
Figure it out. Yeah. That's just right.
Patriots. I don't think any of y'all did the same thing as me, but I really think New England's going to take Mac Jones. I just feel like that's the most New England thing in the world, to pick up that Alabama system QB like you were saying, Ben, and try and work him in their system.
Here's my thing, Gabe. I agree.
Just inbred a new playbook in there, and that's all they're playing.
Mac Jones would succeed in New England, but that is not the most New England thing to do because they get their starting quarterbacks in the 6th, 7th round.
They got Tom Brady in the 6th, 7th round.
Right. He's been their starting quarterback for the last 48 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me throw a curveball in here. I think that New England.
But he's a different breed.
But they got Garoppolo, all of them. They don't take.
No, see, Josh, I wouldn't. Well, no, I think that they take a receiver if they don't take Mac Jones. I agree with you.
See, I think that they take a weapon, and I don't even go the route of receiver. I go the route of a weapon right here. And I'm kind of feeling Rondé Moore. I think Belichick licks his lips, and you get Rondé Moore on special teams. You get Rondé Moore in the backfield. You put him out wide. You put him at slot. You put him in the wildcat with Cam Newton, and you let that man do whatever the hell that man can do. And he sees the next Tyreek Hill, and he kind of goes for him.
See, I would kind of throw Elijah more into that spot.
That is also a good
than
one.
Rondell Moore.
That is also a very good one.
I still think that they take Mac Jones, but if they did go receiver, I would think they would go with Elijah.
I think they take an offensive weapon because I think Belichick is trying to change with the times, and that's why he wants Newton to stay around. That's why he ran the offense that he did last year. He's trying to see what he can come up with to mess with people. And so I think that they take another weapon for the offense.
I think Belichick wants Cam Newton to stay around, but also is cautious and knows that if this year doesn't go well with him, then it's not going to work out.
I'm ready for a linebacker in there, bro.
I think you take Mac Jones. Hold on.
But they're making a good argument,
man.
I think you take Mac Jones, knowing that if Cam Newton doesn't work out, you have Mac Jones coming in behind somebody that you can just ingrain the playbook in and make him do what you want him to do. And if it doesn't work out, then you've got a first-round pick quarterback in your back pocket as trade.
I like the QB pick, but I don't go Mac Jones. I pick someone more like Cam Newton.
The initial pick I had for the Patriots, okay, Matt, there you go. You're saying you pick someone more like Cam Newton.
Or thinking Trey Lance.
The initial pick I had for the Patriots before I changed to Jalen Waddle, and now,
Trey Lance.
Yeah, I had Trey Lance on the board for the Patriots.
Okay.
I just don't think the Patriots go quarterback in the first round.
That's why
I can get behind Rondell Moore. I can get behind surrounding Newton with weapons, like Josh is saying. And Belichick trying to work some magic here and become the next,
Well, I don't think they go first round either, and that's why I took him off the board. But I do feel they draft QB second or third round.
Right. I feel like they're looking more in a Kyle Trask, Kellen Mond type.
So who do we put?
I think a receiver then.
I like Rondell Moore. I like what Josh is saying.
Right,
I can do Ron. I think Rondell and Elijah are interchangeable, so
yeah.
either one's fine with me.
Or Kadarius Toney.
We can put.
I don't think they do
I don't-
Kadarius Toney.
Elijah Moore might be a more valuable option for the Patriots. I just think that Rondell Moore is.
I don't think they go receiver here, but we can put receiver.
What are you thinking though, Matt?
All right, so I think linebacker, man. I think they beefed the defense up a little bit, but
I think that they beefed the defense.
I'll agree
you
with
made
you
a good
initially,
point
Matt.
with Juden. I
Right.
did forget
Yeah.
about the Juden signing.
They do have Matt Judah, and I do feel like Josh is pulling me over. The Patriots are very offensive.
That's why I had Jalen
focused
Waddle
right
right
now.
here.
They're just trying to go.
One reason I can't agree with you
Oh,
is
that
because
was
my
loud.
bad. It's because the whole Julian Edelman retiring in the air right now because he may not be able to play next year. Like they don't know. So someone to take his place, I can see that happening. So
All right, so Gabe and Josh, Rondell Moore or Elijah Moore?
I'm fine with Rondell Moore. I think I could see either one, but
I think.
yeah.
I think the
Rondell's
man
probably got
runs,
the bigger name value.
4.29 unofficial 40 and can jump 42 inches
Right.
into
I
the
think
air,
I
even
think
though he's
Belichick
5'7".
sees this like Josh said, Tyreek Hill
I
player.
just
So-
think he's
Yeah.
a weapon. I don't think that man is even in the draft. Like, I don't think you call him a receiver. I think you let him.
No,
return
he's
punts,
a
you let him
weapon.
return
He's
So that-
kicks. You
Mhm.
just let him do what he wants.
I agree
Alright.
with you there.
So this last
16.
one, pick 16, was going to be pretty easy, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah, I do believe so.
We'll just
Y'all
wrap this
got-
up
We
with
all
JC Horn.
saying JC
Jace
Horn.
Horn.
JC
This is
Horn
where
taking
JC
the
Horn is
reins.
for me now. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard that.
I'm all in on that one.
That's where he's at for me,
I'd
man.
love to see JC Horn
Going there, replace Patrick Peterson, tear
Throw on number 21.
it up, you know? Yeah, tear it up.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was dope.
Like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's
Good luck
our
come
well,
together,
that's
a
our
little more
guys.
in depth of our 16 round picks. Yeah.
That was fun. That wasn't
Some
as
good stuff.
as big of a bloodbath as I was expecting.
Oh no, yeah, it was definitely hectic. It was so fun. People were
Ooh.
spitting out ideas where you're like, "That's retarded," but we'll
Y'all
talk
wanna
about that
know-
another time.
Y'all want to know what I just noticed that we didn't even mention this
What?
week? No scream of the week.
No, we
Yeah,
didn't
no
mention
spin of the
it,
week
dude.
again.
We're gonna get used.
We're
to
sorry,
it.
guys. It might let
throats
us
are
keep
hurting.
this non-cutting thing. It might cut us off next recording. But that's
Cut,
2 weeks
cut,
in a row.
cuts.
No scream of the week. No
Yeah,
stoppage.
man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
well.
sure y'all heard a scream last week.
No.
So.
And we are sorry that 1 week we promised to scream. We even talked about it, and there wasn't one. But at
Yeah.
least we didn't promise.
Hey, you know
that
what?
was our editor's fault.
Don't expect anything, okay? We're wild.
Yeah, we're
You don't know
throwing
what's
wild
happening.
cards out here.
You don't know what's coming
But
next.
I do what I want.
I'm glad we both made little wind whooshing
You
noises.
still don't even know Josh's favorite player in the draft.
Oh man, did
It's
we-
Cisco.
Oh, let
I'm
him have
pretty
it.
sure it's
It's
Cisco.
Andre Cisco.
Did
It's Andre
we?
Cisco.
Actually, no, y'all are both so wrong in that.
It's
My
a
favorite
nine.
player in the draft is someone that I persuaded all of y'all to choose, even though none of y'all did.
He's already been named. I know who he is.
Najee Harris.
Anyways,
Ah.
y'all like, subscribe, follow, Snapchat,
who?
Twitter, all podcast platforms.
We didn't pick Najee Harris.
No, he
No.
said persuaded, but like didn't pick.
Oh,
like
yeah.
No,
Gotcha.
I said I persuaded all three of you to pick, even though none of you originally did.
Yeah, it's not Najee Harris.
No, I know who it
It's
is.
not.
Don't get to find out during the draft.
Matt will tell me after the recording.
Oh, I know who
I'm
it is.
so confused now.
It's
I know
okay.
who it is.
Y'all,
Somebody say it in the comments.
Thanks.
if you know it. We'll say
drop in the
Rondell
comments.
Moore?
Drop your guesses in the comments. Like, subscribe. If you're watching YouTube, you know, we might have blown it. We don't know. But yeah, do all of that stuff. That's it from What do we
What do
know?
we know?
We know.
Oh my God, Matt and I
Josh.
were on
Almost
point.
got it.
Josh,